My name is Mr. M, and you are watching a virtual kickoff live conversation. Basically, I, Mr. M, board member here at the Queens World Film Festival, will be interviewing and/or having a conversation with Malcom Boyd, Festival Associate for Queens World Film Festival 2022. We are live right now on the Queens World Film Festival's Facebook and YouTube. And also, you can catch us on Hopin. Hopin is where we have our virtual conference space where we will be having, well, not will be, we are right now having a virtual networking event, And I'll talk a little bit about that more in a second. And before I bring on good brother Malcom Boyd, I just wanted to remind you that Queens World Film Festival was a great in-person festival this year, the 12th annual. However, as you can see at the lower third at the bottom of the screen, we are streaming on Film Festival Flicks until December 4th. So I just want to remind everybody to go in the description, hit the link in the description. There's actually a couple links in the description. One is a link to the actual virtual networking event, and that's free. And then, of course, you can buy all access pass to watch 122 films for only $50, or you can choose a film block and/or carousel and pay $10 and watch a group of films on Film Festival Flicks. And let me just show you guys what that's looking like. So that's filmfestivalflicks.com. Make an account. It will prompt you to, in the top of the screen to be able to log in, log back out, and be a member of Film Festival Flicks and moving forward. And of course, come to the Queens World Film Festival tab. So that's filmfestivalflicks.com/festival/Queens World, QWFF, excuse me. And there you can watch as many films as you like, as you can take. And here's a quick little preview of that. So let's do it. Let's do it.
Once upon a time, there was a little fairy. She lived with a princess in a magical forest.
I am terrified of another lockdown. We're all terrified of losing a job again.
If you can't be honest with me, I'll be honest with you. You know how I told your father I got herpes from a yoga mat? Well, I didn't.
I hate growing up.
Whole life washed out to sea.
I don't know if I've ever been happier. Yeah.
Grandma's always saying, you're gonna be the wolf or the rabbit. Better choose smart.
It is what it is. Life gives you lemons. You better make a fierce lemonade.
I never did much with my life, but my baby girl, she's one thing I did right.
I know that life is pretty tough sometimes, but there are always people who care. All you have to do is seek them out.
And you live happily ever after.
So yes, until December 4th, you can watch all of these films if you missed them at the live in-person festival. And you will be able to watch them on Film Festival Flicks. And once again, just to give you a quick tour, just to show you how it works, you go to festivalflix.com, all right, forward slash, like we said, festival forward slash QWFF. And you can go to the tab that says home. And in that tab, you will see a carousel of films for each block, right? Best of Fest shorts, Best of Fest features, narrative and documentary features, Make It Move, animations of all kinds, one of my favorites, documentary shorts, experimental dance shorts, You and I, short films about relationships, what's going on, short films that shake things up, Good Times, short films that films good. One of my favorites in that carousel and or block is Donut Chase. Heartbreakers, short films that pack a punch, short stories of healings. And you can, from once you get a ticket to one of these screenings on any of these blocks, you can see all of the films on the rest of the block and or carousel. And if you go to the ticket tab, you can actually just go ahead and donate, or you can buy a all access festival pass where you can see all of those films for $50. So I believe that's 122 films. And except if you want to see the, as far as the carousels goes and the blocks, the only films that don't come in a block is the individual film tickets, which are the best of the fest features, I want to say. Real Fur, Hideout, Roots of Fire, Sweet Disaster, Prediction of Extreme Events, Urban, We Still Here, great documentary. Here for Us, Be My Oswald by Preston Cato, who's the founder of the festival. Check that out. August at 22 and Antarctica. All right. So all of these are great films. And also, I want to remind you that we are going live on our event page on Hopin. Hopin is a new platform that allows you to build event pages virtually. So I want to give you a quick tour of that as well. So if you go to Hopin, if you click to the link in the description and register for the event, it will bring you to a registration page, and then you will go to the actual reception page. And then from the reception page, you can pick a tab. We're live right now, as you can see that red dot right there on the stage tab. And let me just full screen this so it makes more sense. And then under the sessions tab, you can actually create your own sessions, and you can, actually go live from once you click create session on this actual event page. You can do speed networking. You can go here to networking tab and just click join now. And then there you will be joined by whoever else is looking to network. If you go to the schedule, which you'll see in reception, we actually have a scheduled speed networking event for 15 minutes scheduled for 12:45. So after this talk, if you're on the website, which the link is also in the description, you'll be able to click join now under the speed networking tab, and you'll be paired up with whoever's looking to meet people. All right. And then you can also go to expo booths. And from the expo booths, you can watch the trailers and or press from these different films. And that's a beautiful thing. And then from there, you can also be prompted to pick a film to watch, and it will send you back to filmfestivalflix.com, right? And that actual carousel, you'll go to the actual carousel and or block of films, right? So definitely take your time, go to the expo booths when you have the time. And then when it's all said and done, you can watch everything under replay. But since this is the first talk of the day, we will be the first thing to be rebroadcast under the replay tab. So go ahead and meet us over there. We have a few people in the event right now. That's beautiful. This is the first ever virtual networking event by Queens World Film Festival, hosted by myself. I want to thank everybody that's in tune with us. And without further ado, I want to bring on a good brother that I got a chance to meet at the Queens World Film Festival this year, 2022. This brother is a festival associate, right? The festival associates is they're the heart of the festival, right? These are the people that actually do the work that make the festival run smoothly. So it's one thing to be a quote unquote organizer, but we can't do everything as board members and organizers because the event is actually this year was 5 venues, 6 days, and 100 and I want to say 50 plus screenings, right? So as you can imagine, that's a lot of work. And the festival associates are the people that actually they're the oil in that machine, they're the gas to that car. They actually make it happen. They manage the screenings. They host the events. They bring the people in and let them know if they're going to the right theater, etc. I'm actually minimizing the things that they do, right? I'm actually minimizing it because I'm trying to find the words and I don't have the job description in front of me. But I can't stress enough that it's the film festival associates that actually make everything work. And there we go. Anthony Curry, salute. He's in the house. That's my brother right there. He says 157 films, exactly 157 films, where Trap was one of them. Trap by Anthony Curry. Thank you for being here, Anthony. I hope you're feeling better, bro. And we will be interviewing Anthony, I want to say tomorrow. And if you want to watch it exclusively as the interview happens, you're going to want to actually go into the actual event page, and then it will be rebroadcast on Queens World Film Festival, Facebook and YouTube as well. So like I was saying, this brother, I met him actually hosting the screening for Trap, right? He was actually hosting the screening for Trap, and we networked as what today is about. Today is about networking and it's about celebrating film, and we stayed in touch, and he granted me an interview, and we're gonna have a conversation now. So without further ado, I want to bring on filmmaker, festival associate for the Queens World Film Festival 2022, Malcom.
What's up, my brother? What's up, my brother? I like the applause. You can let that go for about another 5 minutes.
Hey, let's do it. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going pretty good there, brother. Going pretty good there, brother.
That's good. That's good. I know you're a busy man. Thank you for granting me this opportunity to chat with you and kick off this virtual networking event, man.
Yeah, it's all about these films. It was really eye-opening. If someone hasn't been to the Queens World Film Festival, they're really cheating themselves out of an experience. To see so many different films, so much talent, man. I was blown away by a few of the films. Just really pushed me back in my seat. Particularly the one that I hosted. They threw me up there on stage to host the film that, man, I was jealous of. I was like, wow, look at this thing, because I'm a filmmaker myself.
Right. That film is Trap by Anthony Curry that you're talking
about. Right. That's the one that just kind of I was like, man, this is next level here.
Hey, man. So it's funny you say that, because I remember I saw the faces of the audience, and a lot of people, because it was the premiere, so a lot of people came because they knew him personally, but there were also people who were just film fans and people who were just at the Queens World Film Festival, and they were down to see new films, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine this one person who I saw, they probably came to that screening not because they knew him, just because they saw it being promoted. And I saw almost like her jaw drop, but it stayed dropped. The whole rest of during the whole Q&A and everything, after the film was over and the lights were up, she was just in her seat stuck.
Yeah, it had that effect. Like I said, it was next level. It was really next level.
Yeah, and that's a young filmmaker we're talking about, Anthony Curry. He's definitely what I like to introduce him as is the future of film. I like to introduce him to my network as the future of film. When we're in the streets. With that being said, we're gonna take it a step back. So Malcom, you were and are, because it's still 2022,
right?
Festival associate for Queens World Film Festival. And like I said, I was oh wait, hold on, we got a comment. Anthony says, I appreciate the love. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you sharing your work of art with us. Thank you so much. So with that being said, let's take a step back. How did you become a festival associate for Queens World Film Festival? So you gave us a great plug. You let people know that if they don't come, they kind of cheated themselves out of an experience.
Yeah, they're missing out.
I agree. But how did you book up on the Queens World Film Festival?
I took the long way around. I I'm a filmmaker myself, and I was looking to get my film in a festival. I had talked with Katha back in 2019.
Okay.
And my film wasn't ready at the time, but she asked me would I be interested in being a host with one of the associates. And I talked with my wife, and my wife's an actress. She's also in the production and the filmmaking also. And we thought it'd be fun. So, we volunteered for it. I went as far as met up with Katha and filmed a promotional video for it.
Oh, wow.
This was late 2019. I got the 2020 is a 2020 film Queens World Film Festival T-shirt. I'm hyped up. I'm amped up. I'm about to do this. Boom, 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 and then
pandemic.
Everything came to a stop.
Yeah,
everything.
Stay in the house.
Yeah, stay in the house. It's the end of the world. This is it.
Slow down.
I wish I had a camera. I'd have made a horror movie out of it.
Slow down the spread. Slow down the spread is what they were saying. Yeah.
Everybody back to holding. That's a wrap. So that was the end of it. As far as I was concerned, I didn't know. Nobody knew what was coming next. Fast forward to 2022, I get an email. It's Katha. Hey, you still down with being associated with the festival? And I'm like, well, yeah. And matter of fact, my film's ready. She says, well, it's too late to get your film in. We already got you missed the submission date.
Right.
So I was like, cool, I'll still host it. She's good people, and why not?
Right.
So I'm kind of in my feelings because I didn't know that the Queens World Film Festival was
coming back. Right.
Was as an established film festival as it is.
Okay.
I really, really hate the fact that I missed the cutoff date to get my film in it.
Right.
It's a two-edged sword because if my film would have been in it, I wouldn't have been able to be an associate.
Right.
People would have looked at that kind of crazy,
Right.
Because I already know my film would have won, but that's another story.
Hey man, talk your shit.
Yeah. I got to get it in.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, though, I'm glad I did it though. I hosted a couple of films. I hosted one with my wife as well. We had a good time. Like I said, networking is incredible. The people I met there, the associations I made, going forward, it's priceless.
Yeah,
it's priceless. So I'm down with it. Whenever you guys say let's do a film festival, if my film's not in it, I'm down with it.
That's what's up. I like that story. And first of all, salute to Katha. Salute to you and your wife. I think that's a testimony to not just to everybody in that story, right? To yourself, to Katha, how you guys actually move, right? So Katha is one hell of a networker, and so are you, right? And it kind of reminds me of like how I met her, right? So I didn't meet her in the sense of like before I submitted my film. I actually met her through submitting a film, right? And I want to say in 2012. 2012.
Okay.
Right? And it was a while back. It was 10 years ago. So I met her when I submitted my first film, which was a mockumentary on gangster rap. So it was edgy to say the least because we were mocking all of the, the things that shouldn't be. So it was a little crazy. It was more than a little crazy. It was crazy. It was straight up crazy. And they took a chance on me. But I say that to say this, it didn't stop there. Right. She would, always keep up with me. I would keep up with her, her husband. They both are the founders. So they're also a power couple like your wife and yourself, right? I would keep up with them. They would keep up with me. They would invite me to dinner parties and, I would invite them to anything I was doing. And you just kept the link tight. You just kept the link really tight. Where some people, you screen at a festival and you may not ever talk to that festival director again. I've screened in several festivals where, I might have the festival director on my Facebook friends list or social media or something, but, there's no real communication.
Right.
But with Preston and Katha is totally different. They are so invested in the filmmakers. And I don't know how they do it because I'm pretty good at networking and keeping tabs on a lot of people. But year after year, that's hundreds of filmmakers coming through as a cohort. And they seemingly stay in touch with everybody, So they just master networkers at this point, and it's really because of the passion, not just because they want to be
It's genuine.
it's yeah, exactly.
Genuine.
That's the perfect way to put it. So, and then 10 years later to the month, I screened my first film in March 2012. March 2022, I got a phone call. Would you like to be on the board of directors? And that blew my mind because
Right.
I'm a guy, I'm a numbers guy, I'm a date guy. I keep anniversaries for everything. And I'm like, this is the month I screened 10 years ago. And now I'm on the board of directors. It's crazy. So this is my first.
Cool. That's cool.
This is my first year as a board member. So yeah, that's my story with the Queens World Film Festival. Part of it, not all of it, part of
Right.
it. But it's not about me, but it's about Malcolm Boyd right now. But I just wanted to say that in regards to how Catherine and Preston really move. So if you're a filmmaker and you happen to watch this, you really need to get involved with the Queens World Film Festival. And as Malcolm said, he said he was, I forget how he put it, I don't want to paraphrase too much, but he was shocked because he didn't know it was at the level it is.
Yes, it's professionally done. I've had my film in a few film festivals, and I've experienced both ends of the spectrum as far as that's concerned.
Give me a quick example of the other end of the spectrum.
Oh my God.
I know this.
It's a local film festival, and
don't say no names.
I won't say any names for various reasons. Then you don't know how bad I want to say names. But anyway, it was, in my opinion, to make a long story short, it was a money grab.
Okay.
It was a money grab. We were stuffed in a small room with a projector that was out of focus. Myself and my cameraman had to help them straighten out the sound. And when I went to the people that were running the film festival, they looked at me like, big deal. And I found out that it was several days. The day before my film screen, they had the same problem the day before, and nobody addressed it. Nobody cared. At the end of the evening, when everybody networks, they disappeared. And the people that ran the venue said, hey, you guys got to go. We're closed. You got to go. I mean, it was, I won't use the words, but it was a crap storm.
Right.
It was a complete screwing over.
Right.
So I'm like, so with that being said, the Queens World Film Festival is at the total other opposite end of it.
Yeah.
Professionally done, beautiful venues. You could see the films, you could hear the films, and they were screened at places where some of the smaller filmmakers, myself included, could sit back and see their stuff on the big screen and say, yeah, okay. I don't know people how important that is.
Oh, it's important
for filmmakers to be able to say, I haven't officially made it, but you see your work up there and it all comes back. All this work is worth it now. Now I see I have a target now. I'm not just, because I know in this journey there's people that are naysayers like, well, you waste your time with this. Go get a 9-to-5, yada, 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 yada. It's never going to work out. And then you look up and you see your work on this big screen with a room full of people applauding it and enjoying it. You're like, yes, this is what it's all about. And it energizes you. It pushes you forward. Your creativity, it bubbles up.
Yeah, you ain't lying. And look, I knew he was going to say something. Anthony Curry says truth. He had the same exact experience. So his film on the big screen in the Museum of Moving Image, great sound, beautiful picture, big theater. Everybody's appreciating it. And then he I'm not going to blow up the other festival, but he goes to another one and it's like pop-ups popping up during the actual screen. The sound is trash. You know what I mean? I feel almost spoiled, but I'm gonna say privileged for World Film Festival to be one of the first film festivals to accept me as a filmmaker. And I remember when I first screened with them, I was in a big theater, and I think we packed it out, and we won the audience award that year. And it was a wonderful screening. But like you said, we were able to enjoy, seeing ourselves and the fruits of our labor on the big screen. the right way, and we weren't getting kicked out the venue, and it was a lot of interaction with the staff, like you said. So even if there was an issue, which there was an issue that year, I had an issue the year I screened the first year with Queens World Film Festival, and it wasn't their fault. It was my fault. I was burning my DVD in the car on my way to drop it off in time, right? Because they gave me like, okay, look, we love your film, but we need you to shorten it, and if you shorten it by this date, we'll play it. So I was taking the date real literal.
Right.
Like I might have could have gave it a day later or something, but I took it real literal, right? So I'm burning the DVD driving to give them the DVD by the date, right, in the car, because you know how I go. I re-edited the film from scratch, and so I'm rendering the DVD. I drive it to them. I drop it off. Needless to say, that DVD didn't work, right? So that day of my screening, they popped that same DVD, and it's like that DVD's not working. But I had another one in the car. But it was lucky. But it got fixed like this. They found me really quick. Hey, the DVD's not working, and I ran to my car, which was parked on the block. Got another one. We got it done, right? So they're definitely they're approachable, you know, and they work with you, and they make sure your screening is a success. And like you said, some people don't even believe in you when you're doing it. I had one of my best friends in the world told me when I told him I was making my first film, "No, you're not."
Yeah, no.
like, what do you mean? No, you're not. You're not making a film, right? Because at that time, cameras were big, and you needed a bunch of money and everything. What were you gonna say?
You know what? Another thing I found that's really important is once you get your film made, and you want people to see it, and you want them to see it in the right way. And like I said, it happened with me, the other film festival. Matter of fact, because it was local, I invited, any and everybody that I knew, come on out, see my film, come on out, see my film. Your people show up to support you, and it's like, wow, really? I spent my time and money for this? Yeah. So you as a filmmaker, you're embarrassed, like, damn, you're making excuses. You make excuses for somebody else to screw up.
Right.
As opposed to your people come and support you like, damn, okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, Queens World Film Festival puts you on a pedestal when you come.
I see that.
Like pedestal. They make sure you get press. If they have relationships with distributors, like this year they were distribution was all in the building virtually. A lot of people were virtual distribution with there. The year I screened, they actually set up meetings with me and a distribution company. The second time I screened with them, they put me in my home newspaper. So my hometown newspaper. So I'm from Far Rockaway, Queens. So in Far Rockaway, we have a paper called The Wave.
Right.
I grew up looking at The Wave my whole life. You know what I mean? And then thanks to Queens World Film Festival, they put me in The Wave. Big picture, beautiful article. My whole neighborhood is calling me. Oh,
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Did it. My mother goes to the store to get the paper, and she tells the guy, "Oh, my son is in this paper." And they're like, "What? He got arrested?" Because usually people make the wave.
Yeah. For something. Yeah.
Knows, right? And there's this whole section in the back called the police blotter. So it's everybody who got arrested. You see everybody's record for that week or whatever. So, and she's like, "No, he's a filmmaker," and then she shows, a big picture of me. And then one of the pictures they use of me when I was a kid, a picture she took on that same very block is real surreal. So they definitely put you on pedestal. They reward great talent. And I can't praise them enough. So tell us a little bit about yourself as a filmmaker, right? So how did you get into film? I know that's a kind of a generic question, but I'm curious, right? We're networking now. Tell me, how did you get into film? What was your first film?
My first film, I'm a writer. I have several books in publication. I have a crime fiction trilogy. A gentleman named Kwame Smalls came to me. Kwame Smalls, he was it on I Love New York.
Okay.
Man, the dude is just hilarious. He's got that natural funny to him. Anyway, he approached me about an idea he had, and since I'm a writer, could I script up this crazy idea? It's called Captain Saberthought.
Okay.
It was so. As a writer, scripted up several episodes for him real quick. Like I had a whole storyline to come up with all this craziness. This guy, he's a superhero and he gets his energy when he has sex with certain women.
Okay.
And other women takes the energy away.
Okay.
And anyway, so I wind up directing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of fell into my lap. Looking back on it, it was a complete mess, but it was funny. It was funny in second. We had a lot of fun on set, and that's all it took for me. You know, I said I can do this. So my books, I've been trying to pitch to people. You know, San Francisco Examiner said that my novel is a walking screenplay.
Mm.
So so I'm trying to get somebody interested in it. The wife, of course, once again said, "Why don't you do it yourself?"
Mm-hmm.
So I start with the pitching and start finding actors and camera crew, and we shot episode 1 just like that because we met episode.
Congratulations!
And the crazy part about it is, it really came out good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really took my time. The pandemic had a lot to do with it,
right?
Because we started shooting it before the pandemic started. The pandemic came along, it shut us down. We didn't lose anybody like as far as dying, but everybody scattered, never came back. Matter of fact, my lead actor, he took off to California, never came back. So everything we shot with him had to be thrown out the window, start all over again, which was a help because it gave me a chance to sit back and see what I was doing wrong.
Right.
I said, okay, we're not going to repeat these mistakes.
Right.
So then we shot episode 1, put in some festivals. We won 4 festivals.
Congratulations.
So we're doing our thing. In the interim, while I was shooting that, another gentleman saw what I was doing. He's introduced to me, brought his novel to me, and paid me to turn his novel into a screenplay and then shoot the film.
Mm.
So I guess I'm a quote unquote professional filmmaker now. I've been paid to write a screenplay and shoot a film. That's not mine. So
once you've been paid,
that's it, man. Hey,
man, that's
it.
Once you've been paid, you owe taxes.
Oh, wait a minute. No, did I get paid for that? It
was an honorarium.
Yeah.
Like a stipend. No, I'm joking. But no, I would definitely say that's a professional filmmaker resume. I like to call myself a guerrilla filmmaker, just because I like to get it out the mud, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we're professionals, right? We're professionals in what we do. We have resumes, And I think that's a dope way of getting into creating film too, because some people get into it because they want to be a director, or maybe they're a cinematographer. They're great with the camera or whatever. But I think it's really interesting when writers like myself, I'm a writer as well, become producers by default because there are no producers at the moment willing to invest in your idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you kind of you could sit by and hope and pray and shout and scream, or you can just go ahead and just go for it. I've been in New York 5 years, almost 6 years now, from the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stepped off that plane, I had a book underneath my arm, and that's it.
That's it.
Now I've got several more books in publication. I got an award-winning film.
Yeah.
And I'm being interviewed by the people at Queens World Film Festival.
You get it.
And it's all because basically, was it that Nike thing? Let's just do it.
Just do it.
Either it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. But sitting around waiting is not gonna get it done.
Absolutely. Yeah. Catherine says Malcom is the real deal, and I gotta agree. And so are you, Catherine.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So are you. Yeah, man. So I want to ask you about that. I didn't want to blow it up because I have your phone number, and I didn't want to just be like, yo, so you from California? Because you hit me with the California phone number, right? So
right.
You said you came from the West. Where it looked like you from the Northern California? Is that
San Francisco?
San Francisco. I lived in Oakland for 6 years, bro.
Oh, you was on the other side of you was in the town. Oh,
I was in the town.
Oh, that's where you got that hat. I know I recognize that hat.
You know what? I was wearing fedoras as a kid, and then I stopped. I promise you, I got pictures of me as a whole kid with fedoras, but I stopped. And then when I moved to California, I don't know, it just hit me, man. I started putting the fedoras back on, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, so you've been here 5 years. So I think we were there around the same time then. We were there.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Colorado.
Okay.
I'm originally from Colorado. I got a lot of family in California, moved to California. I published my first book while I was in Cali, but my publisher turned out to be that day, and man, he was a real good publisher as far as knowledge of the business, how to, what to do with your book, with your manuscript once you want to turn it to a book. He had a lot of good suggestions, but I guess that day in math class where it says I get this and he gets that, I guess he missed that day.
Oh man,
because he got a whole bunch and I hardly got anything.
Yikes.
I was kind of like really in my feelings behind the whole thing. It's a long story, but I managed to get my publishing rights back from him. Really? And I came up here for the Brooklyn Book Festival.
Copy.
Just to check it out, and I came up here and I've been up here ever since.
New York and California. And I love Northern California over SoCal. That's just my experience. But I traveled the whole California. But I feel like New York City and California as a state are two of the places where it just really inspires you. So I'm coming from New York City, I moved to California, and I'm thinking there's no place that's going to inspire me the way my hometown inspired me. And I end up I was even more inspired being out there. So I can kind of relate in the sense of you coming from there and you come to the city and you're like, you know what, opportunity is all over this place. Let me, make use of this. Because it's something like coming with a fresh eye too. That
it might be the fresh eye, or I'm just a whole different perspective. And because I'm new in town, I don't have room to, I don't. When you're at home, you got room to mess around and your buddies, and you're not worried about this and that. When you come to a city like this and you don't know anybody, hey, it's all about get on your toes and get it done.
It's go time.
But in my opinion, for me, because some people might take this the wrong way, but in California, you get out there and it's like a free day at the amusement park. There's a whole lot of room to play.
It is. That's what I told everybody when I moved out there. A lot of space and opportunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But when I came here to New York, seemed like to me, for my experience has been, if you bring something to the table, somebody's always waiting to say, okay, let's check it out. Let me make a phone call. From the time I stepped off the plane since I've been here, every other week, every other month, I'm meeting somebody that's like, all right, just like with Catherine. You want to do this? Yeah, we got room for you. You ready? Come on, let's do this. Where out there it's more like, well, we'll get to it tomorrow, man, But this has been my experience. I can't say that for everybody.
Well, for me, the space and opportunity was more like I seen space for me to grow my roots. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. Like a New York minute is real.
It's real.
It's real. And not just in a dangerous way, but in a productive way, in the sense of like, in 1 minute, you can meet somebody that's going to change the trajectory of what
if you can talk the talk, there's somebody here that's going to make you walk the walk. Or you going to run away? One of the two.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that, because that's been people's experience with me sometimes too. They're like, oh, this what you want to do? And I put your feet to the fire. Get it done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, shit, I ain't want it that bad. Okay. All right. I told you.
Yeah. Shut up.
Anthony said, what's the name of your first book?
My name of my first book is One Way In, No Way Out, which is also the name of my television series.
Copy that. And with that being said, I do have a trailer for you. Is that the trailer for that same series?
Yes, it is.
Let's get into that. Now. Let's
all right. Yeah.
Transition. Let's do it. Let's check this out. It's a 2-minute trailer. Malcom Boyd's work. 3-Legged Elephant is the name of the production company, correct?
Right.
All right, let's get it. Let's do it.
My name is Man Walker, and I have a confession to make. I'm what is known as a street pharmacist, not to be confused with a street artist, even though I like to think I'm as harmless as one.
lost on me, okay?
Yeah, call me. I'm around.
Because I need you. What you think is not my fault. I swear. Look, honey. It was man. Yeah. It was man, Walker. He gave me something. I swear to you, he gave me something. He slipped me something and he made me do this. I swear, it was man, Walker.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
It was man, Walker.
Who the hell is that?
All my life, all he ever talked about is how dangerous the streets are. I guess he thought that would scare me straight, but what it did was make me that much more curious. And what I learned would make the both of you piss yourselves.
Hey, buddy. I'm not what to tell a man how to handle his business, but aren't you digging a pretty deep hole?
Yeah, deep enough to get buried in. I thought you said you knew how to play this game.
I do. But you, this guy is the Godric's.
I'm sorry about my brother. Like I said, he drinks entirely too much. What exactly did he tell you?
Who the hell are you? Fortunately for you, I'm just a businessman.
Congratulations. And that's one of the first things I always tell anybody who completed a project, because people have no idea how much goes into completing a project. Is congratulations first and foremost. And great work. And I look forward to seeing the whole thing. So when, I know you have a screening coming up, right? Or
yes. Matter of fact, first of all, thanks for showing that. You know, I appreciate that, man. You know, you see your work and you're like, oh, oops, you know, you start picking it apart.
Yo, listen, everything I ever do, down to everything I ever do after it's done, I'm like, I could have did this different. I could have did that different. So I know what you mean. Yep.
But yeah, we're doing a screening at Kaufman Astoria Studios in the Zukor Theater on December 17th.
There we go.
I wish I could give you a link or something because we're going to RSVP it.
Listen, give me the link after, and I'll just update the description of the video. No problem.
Right. There's only like 90 seats in there, but what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 screenings.
There you go.
We're going to do an early one for, you know, going to RSVP the first one because we got, you know, certain invites we're sending out to certain people. You know, then the second one is come on, come on.
There you go.
Come on, come on.
I heard it here first. I want to thank Malcom Boy for pulling up on us. You know what I mean? Please go to filmfestivalflix.com and watch some of these great films from Queens World Film Festival 2022. I want to thank you again for being a festival associate and holding it down. You made my life a lot easier, and everybody else life a lot easier that came and enjoyed the festival. You know, you and all the comrades who were festival associates, you know, trust me, without y'all, the festival would be like the ones we described earlier, right? But we're not going to go.
No.
And I want to remind people who are watching now, come join us. The link is in the description. Come join us on Hopton. That link is free. You just register, and then when you register, you'll come to the reception, and then you'll see the schedule. And right now, you see that networking tab is lit up. Just click on that networking tab and click join now. So for the next 15 minutes, we're having a speed networking event. And, you know, I see Katha's in there, News is in there, somebody named Brenda's in there. People are in there. You know, come network, come meet somebody. This is the first annual virtual networking event. And, you know, we appreciate everybody who pulled up. And Anthony Curry says, appreciate you guys heavy. So much love. Salute to you, my G. And salute to the cast of Trap. Anthony Curry also says, love hearing you fellas discuss film. Thanks again, Malcom and Mr. M. No problem. And Malcom, thank you again.
Yeah.
I hate to, be rushed because I got to run over to the networking part of the side of things, while that's going on. I want to make sure everything is smooth over there. But listen, I'm going to be interviewing your wife sometime tomorrow.
Yes.
And maybe come back during that time, during her chat, and we can all, chop it up. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right. Well, listen, I know you got, and I know you have an event to go to today.
Yes, I do. Screening, as a matter of fact.
So enjoy and definitely get some good networking in for me, brother.
All right. Thank you. Thank Catherine. I want to thank everybody out there. Congratulations to the young Mr. Curry for his success, and looking forward to it next year, next month, whenever we want to do it again. Just call me up.
Let's get it. Good talking to you, and we'll be in touch.
All right.
Thank you all who watched. Have
Peace.
a good day. Peace.